guys. So today I'm going to prepare another Hungarian classic. Now this dish is called stuffed cabbage. This dish has as many variations, as many households, as many families, as many grandmas. You will not find probably the same recipe in two families. Everybody does it a bit different. You can find much more complex recipes where they use all sort of sausages and other cuts of meat, but I want to keep it very simple, and I want to use only things that are readily available pretty much everywhere, or you can find them in sections in the supermarket if you have bigger supermarkets. So I'm using sauerkraut, fermented cabbage. This is already shredded, and I also have the same thing, but this is not shredded. I'm using smoked pork knuckle or ham hock if you like. Then I've got some pork mince, a couple of eggs, generic bacon, which is not what we would normally use traditionally, but again I want you to be able to easily find these ingredients. Some onions, bay leaf, rice, which I'm using jasmine rice today, and it has been soaked for about 10 minutes at this point. And I've got some tomato puree, and we also have the liquid that the ham hock has been cooked in, because we're gonna use this for the dish as well. Another thing, if you can't find whole fermented cabbage, just skip it. You can, it's obviously not going to be stuffed cabbage, but the flavor is going to be the same. You can just make meatballs with the mince instead of stuffing the meat in the cabbage. So you can skip that, and that makes life even easier, because I definitely know that you can find sauerkraut pretty much everywhere. I'm not going to use as many onions as I normally do, because my mom doesn't like to use too many onions, and if I would cook for myself and Mrs. T, I would use garlic as well, but my parents, they're not big fan of garlic, so I'm going to skip that one as well. So for the base I'll just use one small onion. Now for the stuffing, what I'm going to do, again there are different versions if you choose, so you can fry off the onions first and then add it to the pork mince, but I'm not going to fry it off today. I'll just dice it fine. Okay, this will do. Now, rice, and then 2 eggs, meanwhile I can add the bacon to the base as well. And again, this is not the traditional way, but I just want to make it easy for you guys to recreate. The flavors are similar, not exactly the same of course, but ideally I would start with just belly fat, cook that down or render it if you like, and then add the onions, and of course proper Hungarian bacon, but that's not easy to find, and again just making life easier for you. So this ham hock has been pre-cooked previously, and I'm just going to remove the skin, but I'm not going to throw it away. But this is again personal preference, Some people like it, some people don't like it, but then I don't like to throw much away. And also I'm going to, because this is quite a lot, and we are going to basically layer this meat and the stuffed cabbage and the cabbage in here. So I'm going to take some off and I'm going to mix it in with the mince for a bit extra fat, pretty much, extra flavor. Take some off, not too much. And I'll probably add a bit of this as well, because this is fatty skin, and dice it. I'm happy with the base. I'm going to add a bit of tomato puree. Not too much. My mom doesn't normally add any. And we are going to add some paprika. Now paprika, you don't want to burn it. Make sure that you don't. Otherwise it gets bitter. Because I cook at home, I use much less of everything, so hopefully it won't be too overpowered. And at this point, add a bit of the cooking liquid of the ham hock, so that the paprika doesn't burn. So that's the base now. Now other seasoning is very simple, just black pepper and some marjoram and caraway seeds, ground caraway seeds. Okay. And that's the base done. Paprika, black pepper, marjoram, and caraway seeds. So very simple. And then I'm going to mix this together. Now I didn't put any salt in the base because the liquid that I cooked the ham hock, so remember the ham hock was smoked already, so that's a bit salty and you don't want to over salt the dish. We can always add more. Okay, next step is to stuff the leaves. It's quite a fiddly job, really. A lot of households don't actually stuff the cabbage, they just make meatballs. It's quite a lot of work. Time to stuff the cabbage. Again, it's up to you how big you make it. And then just roll it up. Remember that because I used rice, uncooked rice, that is going to expand slightly, so I'm not going to overstuff the leaves. These I didn't cut out, I'll just put some pressure on it. And then I'm going to add some of the meat first. Like so. Then let's add one layer of this stuffed cabbage. Like so. And then we are going to add a layer of the sauerkraut. And it's also optional to rinse the sauerkraut first if it's very strong, but in this case it's absolutely not necessary. Okay, a bit more of the broth, ham hock broth. Again, same layers, a bit more of the meat. Layer of cabbage. And again, this is a very simplified version, but I believe it's going to be nice. Another layer of cabbage. To speed up things, I could have boiled this liquid, but it's not actually that necessary. Last layer of the meat. Last layer of the meat. This is going to be full. And the last layer of the stuffed cabbage. And of course, last layer of the sauerkraut. And at this point, I'm just going to add a tiny bit more paprika. But again, today I'm keeping it very simplistic, not over seasoned like I normally do. Then we add the rest of the broth from the ham hock. That's it. Okay, now all there is left to do is to cook this for a couple of hours, and then the dish is done. Alright guys, so this is done. Again, this is a very simplified version, but it's easy enough to try, I think, because if you see a lot of the recipes, use way too many ingredients, especially if this is something that you decide that you want to try, but you live abroad and basically it's just too difficult to get the ingredients. Where is my spoon? You can see the stuffed cabbage. It's like this, stayed in shape as well, quite nice. And we don't thicken this either. This is basically, it's like a soup if you like. We eat a lot of soups in Hungary. And someone woke up. Alright, we're gonna add a bit of sour cream just to top it off. So it's a very simple dish which can be very fiddly if you want to do it quite the traditional way, but even if you just do it like this, it's going to be a very satisfying meal, especially at winter. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you try this or something similar, or I inspired you to try something new. Alright guys, should I? Yes, why not? Let's see how Mrs. T is gonna like it.
Yeah.
Alright, can you try this please? It's not going to be probably as good as your or my mom's. You try also the stuffed cabbage, if you can, with the filling. I made like a simplified version, so it's easy to replicate if somebody wants to try it abroad. Not too many ingredients. How is it?
Nice.
Nice?
Yeah.
Is the third day that you eat this?
Yes, it is third day.
As a tradition to cook it at her home as well. Her mom does it. Okay, guys.
Yes.
But it's different though, yeah?
It's different, but it's very nice.
Excellent.
Yes, it's nice.
Okay.
I'm happy to eat it.
Nice.
Again.
From the third day.
For the third time. Or the fifth time.
Fifth time. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I shall see you on the next one, probably from England.